bracket so you can see where we currently stand. It's FDL versus Team NP, and it's FDL already up 1 game, getting ready to send NP into the lower bracket and pull out yet another upset, as people seem to keep calling it here, Grant. But, Grant, it seems like FDL might be clinching that third best NA team slot. They are the first team already to qualify for a LAN. And they bested NP in that best of 5. And
that was a good one.
And now they're beating them here. So
they're beating them here, and it's winner's bracket, so they get a maybe, FDL can sit back as the game after this, maybe if it happens.
Yeah.
Be like, oh, maybe Complexity will upset them. No one knows. They still have 1 more game, though.
It's true, but, this goes to show you got big names. That's great, but you got to make big plays, Grant. You got big names, you got to make big plays. And the big plays we saw last game were from FDL, and a lot of it from 747 again. Man.
Yeah, it's crazy, too, because he got solo killed in lane by Medusa. That's pretty embarrassing. But to not let it affect you and to get back in there and fight, that shows a little more promise than getting a solo kill.
They're definitely not a team that just rolls over when things are kind of going grim. And that grim, too, in the early laning phase. Like, that is morally breaking. Like, if I was in a game like that with all 3 lanes really going to hell and stuff, like, being able to just kind of, don't worry, guys, we'll be able to make a run back.
Yep.
It's tough, but look at this. NP, so they don't ban the Oracle this time, and FDL are, maybe hoping they can creep it in, but they don't get it with the first pick, Grant. They instead opt to go for the Axe instead, and so NP sniped the Oracle.
Yep, and I think FDL, Team NP did the same thing. They're like, well, we're going to give up one of the heroes you like, and then we're going to get one of the heroes we like, but I think maybe FDL surprised them by taking the Axe, but it's definitely, I would say, MJW's best hero, so maybe they prioritized MJW heroes over Stan King heroes.
And I got to say, Theban does play a very nice Oracle, too. I think Stan King is, without a doubt, one of the best in the game, but, Theban can hang with Oracle players. Yep. He seems to be the best at KSing. It's Oracle, so you just... it happens because Purifying Flames is so fast and it does a ridiculous amount of damage. But I always feel like he is the best at sniping down kills. So.
Silencer.
Oh, and I talked about this earlier. FDL, this is how they draft, and I'm surprised they still don't get punished for it. They literally have a pool of, I would say, 20 to 25 heroes they pick through. And if you go back and even watch like the other best of 5 we were talking about, what happens when Oracle was banned? They first picked Silencer there. They first picked Silencer versus Duop when they played him when Oracle was banned.
Yep.
They do the same thing, like same with 0-4. He literally has played 3 heroes this entire tournament and every tournament.
It was actually in the game 5 too. I have it right here in front of me. I was looking at it, and from the Beat Invitational Grand Final for the American Qualifier, it was in that game 5 where they started their draft with an Axe and a Silencer. From that, soon followed a Sand King, a Lifestealer, and a 747 Storm Spirit. So I would not be surprised if we see a lot of those similar pickups. In particular, when I watched that game, the Storm Spirit was free to do a lot of work because of having the Silencer on his back.
Yeah.
So
it's huge.
We could see it again.
It's just crazy. Maybe it's because I've watched so much, but FDL, they literally just have that one pool of heroes and they rotate through it. I mean, it works out. Like, Biza is the only one you see play different heroes. We saw him play a Troll the other day as well. It's just interesting. I like it. I mean, it works. You never change something that works, I guess we shouldn't tell that to EG. I mean, they want a TI and change, but that's nowhere here nor there.
Biza definitely has one of the most intriguing hero pools. Like, he has like the formidable pickups. You have some of the best Terrorblade players in the game here,
Oh, yeah.
So between Envy and Biza, so. No Terrorblade yet again. It's going to be the 2nd time straight. It will get Respect ban. The follow-up ban will also be onto his Sven. So I don't know what kind of tells that could give. Maybe FDL anticipating playing a bit in the minus armor department, or just don't want to be going against the hefty burst. Nonetheless, he will not be played.
Yep. I don't know. Did you ever talk with Biza at the last summit?
A little.
That guy is crazy.
He's like what I expect from most of the players normally.
No, exactly. And the funniest part, like, I've listened to one game of their scrims when they play as a team, and they're so calm and everything. But if you see Biza play pubs, like even at the Summit House, he's surrounded by like Wings gaming players, and he's playing this 5K pub. He's literally just yelling at his screen as loud as he can. Everyone's just like scared. Like the Wings players were like scared of him for like their safety, I think.
Intimidation factor for sure.
Biza's he's a character, and he's UK. it's crazy he's playing this well. We don't ever even factor in because we're so used to him playing over here that he does have a little bit of ping delay, which is it's crazy we just forget about it with him because he always plays so good.
That's true. That's very true. We'll have to
Maybe
see,
one day he'll make it over here.
Yeah, he did briefly. It was just you know, making the most out of it too. But that's the thing. It's like it's so unfortunate for when we see it, and we see it a lot at the summit too. You know, these teams that have, you know, busting their ass through these qualifiers. Some of them with ping disadvantages. One example like comes to my mind is like not today, and then they get their break. They come out here, no delay, no ping. Some of these teams even got to boot camp. And, you know, when you get to lands, it's a whole different ball game, a whole different meta in itself, and just, you know, something that you might not get better at until you get to grind out experience. And,
exactly.
And then you have to go through the trenches and the gauntlet again of trying to fight through that ping and fight through those qualifiers. And here's FDL doing it again. So let's see if they can make it back.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I believe that was a Socrates quote.
Oh, okay. I thought it was an anime, but that's great.
Oh, okay. I mean, Socrates isn't an anime, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. He was like in one of the first animes, I think.
Yeah, yeah, right before Pokemon came out. Yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah, Akira is like one of the older anime. I have to lie. I actually did watch that anime when I was younger because I didn't even know what anime was at the time. It was just a cartoon. You know?
Yeah, that's what I. But now it's it's more than that. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
but
yeah.
Okay. It really is now, though, if you actually think about it. But
of course, we're going to talk about anime when you have Team NP versus FDL. I mean, it's just.
I'm actually really surprised by there's only 4 anime signatures or avatars.
Yeah.
2 on each team. I'm surprised by that.
See, that was the one advantage I had when I used to cast with Mott quite a bit because he was also very familiar with the anime, and we would just play the game like, can you name all the animes?
And he?
He would be like 50-50. I don't know. I mean, he could have just made a bullshit grant, and I would have been. He's like, oh, that is, you know, Sakara Volleyball 102, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know. So.
That used to be a talent of mine, was making up anime names. So I could.
What would you say? Okay, then how about for MSS? That seems like a very, very feminine, princessy avatar. What would that anime name be?
Sakuchi de Princess 7.
Oh my God! Where can I get the DVD?
I can bootleg you one right after this.
All right, I look forward to the hookup.
Oh boy, Anaga though. I actually haven't seen FDL like ever play as hero. This seems like a 0-4 hero more than a Visa hero though. Yeah, this definitely seems like this says support. It does, but then all you have is ensnare for like stun in your support team, but. It is very peculiar. I'm glossing over FDL's pick history, and of course we don't know what they do in scrims and stuff, but you're right, they do not really play Naga. It's not really an FDL kind of a lineup here, but we do see teams sometimes say, you know, when you really want to get a win, you pull out a Naga. That's typically more for the core Naga side of things, but I have to see. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, we did see Puppy carry with it as the 4 role, though, so it definitely can rotate to that role. Very true. Very true. Owie did that wonderfully on EG, so he'll know more than anyone else. Morphling, though. I remember when I got a cast with PPD, and PPD, he hates Morphling as a hero. He thinks it's too good at what it does, like late game and early game. He doesn't die early game, and then late game, he's a good team fighter, and he just split pushes. He's almost impossible to kill. Storm Spirit. Well, I don't know what that means, but it means we get to see 747 Storm. Hell yeah. So it looks like FDL are pretty much just cycling through what worked for them on the previous. And it's interesting. MP did give a nod of respect to it. They banned out the Lifestealer, which was something Bisa did play in that game. But I don't know. Naga doesn't really feel like a substitute for Lifestealer instead. So that's what makes it feel more like it's going to be a support Naga. I always like to see the last bans when you don't know which way it's going to go, what the other team thinks. So they think it is a carry Naga. It might be. It might very well might be. I mean, Song, get rid of Tombstone, you know, stuff like that. That's fun. That is the only signature 0-4 hero left Pudge now, if they really do. Oh, that would be awesome. That hero's so good now. We get the pleasure of watching in North American pubs some of the best Pudges. You got Jenkins, Mertz Glacius, Jenkins. Mertz Glacius literally only plays it now. Like in his last 20 games, I count he has 19 Pudge games, except when he got banned. Yeah, he needs to get a life. I agree. Radiant. Right. I have not heard of like a 0-4 Pudge until yesterday. Like, so I'm like,
obviously, you can't help but want to watch someone who a Pudge is like a signature grab for them, and you just kind of hope they pick it up. But I don't know. I want to see it firsthand if it's good, if we ever are blessed with the opportunity or not, Grant. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, we'll see. But I don't know. Was it good for Morphling? Is it good against Undying? I mean, I feel like he'd have a hard time wading through, dealing with Tombstone, dealing with Borslow. I don't know,
It doesn't seem the best here, but sometimes, you know, you just pick what's comfortable to you.
That's true. That is true.
Look at that reserve time's ticking lower, 10 seconds for him.
Stan the King bow before him as he goes through, and he's plotting. Maybe he already knows, and he just wants to mind game the clock.
Oh, I
the
love
last 1 second. Random pick! Okay, it's Vengeful Spirit. That doesn't tell us that. Are you sure? I don't know. Ultra mind games from the King himself here.
It could be. It just seems like literally I've only seen 0-4 play those heroes that like just run at you. And Vengeful's not that type of support, but Naga is. Like you get a poor man shield on a support Naga,
10 seconds
you're like unkillable early. That's the only reason I think so.
That is so crazy. It's like, oh yeah, I can play Pudge and Naga as support. That just seems so different side of the spectrum to me. I mean, they are run at you heroes, like you said, like definitely. Just, you know, one's a bit more micro intensive, certainly so if you're going to be playing that insurance policy farming Naga. It's going to be very intriguing.
Yeah. Are those earrings on Naga, by the way?
I mean, whoever pierced her ears did a terrible job, and they used whatever the gauge was way off, Grant.
Yeah, shouldn't they be closing up? It should be closing up.
Oh, she's a fish woman. I'm sure there's some about regeneration in there and
water. Yeah,
and water.
They
they have hooks coming through their mouths and ears all the time, you know, because they're fish, Grant. So
that is true. No, it is a Bees and Naga, so I'm just a liar. I'm just.
You're a flat-out liar, but you know what? We can't blame you because you know I follow my FDL a bit. You certainly follow FDL quite a bit. Naga is just not a thing they do, at least in the public. So this is new for all of us. They have the one-game advantage. If you're going to pull out a Naga, I guess now's the time.
Yeah, Naga versus Alchemist. I bet there's no resident sleepers in chat.
No, oh no, Naga Cores and versus Alchemist. Alchemist Morphling.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
It's gonna be just such an action-packed game.
I think it's gonna be interesting. I think if Axe and Storm both get their big items like early, those two are just gonna be unstoppable versus this lineup. Oracle and Undying don't have shutdown. The Beastmaster has a roar, which is almost impossible to hit on a Storm Spirit, and he's just gonna zoop zap everywhere. 2 minutes. Huh.
I don't know much about 04, but he's a memer. And
he's a memer.
That means
he loves anime.
That means the public and Reddit and all that is just gonna love him, Grant. So.
Yeah. If he ever goes, I actually don't know what he looks like. I guess I'll get to find out soon.
That's I don't know. He's got to get 4 more wins. 4 more wins.
Well, I'll see him in the beat at one.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, you're right. Yeah, can't hide from the public forever.
I feel like he might look like Biza. He feels like a Biza, but
you feel like he's a Biza? I was already imagining him closer to like an MJW. You just pick someone else on their team, and like they look like that person for sure.
Oh.
Do you even know like if he's white, black, American?
I know he's American.
Okay.
But I mean, America's the melting pot, and that's why I'm so proud.
Maybe he's like a redhead.
Nothing wrong with him. It's against the Dota playing redhead. There was one at NA Dota I met. That's it.
One existed. Yeah.
One guy. He was pretty buff too. He's like MJW. Maybe it is MJW redhead.
That would be awesome.
That wasn't even 2 minutes. They lied to us. Sounds like 1.
All right. Well, the piss was quick, I guess, and we're gonna get underway. So here we go. Immediate smoke, immediate TPs from everybody here. It looks like. SCG heads right to the bottom. Stan King on his silencer goes right to the mid. Theban goes right to the top lane. And immediately they all beeline for their ward spot and then probably like shift-click back.
Yeah, Stan King, it depends where Pink goes. No, he's going bottom. I was like, he could be in trouble here if Oracle somehow closes on him. But
will he pay the price? Oh, they're going to see him here, and then they're going to know something's up.
Oh, maybe.
Yep, no, they ping him.
They ping him. Yep.
They're like, he went in there. They planted a ward. It's right there.
Yep,
Grant.
And they're pinging it out.
Beautiful CSI detective work here from NP.
Yeah, it is. And here we go. Boom. Yep, there it is.
That's just a wonderful thing, and now he's going to save it. Got to save it for your Alk. This is just efficiency.
He's going to skill it, right?
I don't know if it matters right there, does it? Wait, they actually want to give it to... Okay. They give it to Rose. I wonder how long they debated that.
Yeah, because you get extra gold from Greevil's Greed for it, too. Oh, well.
You know, but
I
the
mean,
thing,
not
like,
that
supports
much,
who get extra money early, that's good. I mean, come on. They're the ones dipping into their pathetic piggy bank, pulling out the wards and the smokes at the start. So now he gets that smoke back, plus an extra 50 for a TP, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I just like how Eternal Envy came over to hit it 4 times. Not
Yeah,
kill him.
it's like,
whatever, never mind.
So they must have, like, talked about it there for a bit. Like, I'm going to take it. No, 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 you take it. You should take it because you did this. And
I couldn't see Eternal Envy being that gracious, though. He's like, you take it, dumbass. Oh, sir.
Well, he'll take his precious Greevil's Greeted Bounty Rune to the mid lane. How often have we actually seen Envy play Alchemist?
I've seen it in pubs quite a bit, but I have not seen it in official in quite a while.
Really do not see it in officials much at all.
And look at Stan King barely misses the counter ward. That seems to be the bane of him right at the edge.
Oh, it happened last game too. He had to commit the extra sentry to finally get the pull camp back. It was very annoying. And this time we'll see 0-4 kind of be able to make a laning impact right from the start.
So it is 0-4 on Naga. I called it. They did swap.
Oh, they swapped back. Oh, you're right.
I knew it.
I didn't even realize it until I said it there.
I almost wanted to say maybe they're going to mind game, but I'm like, no, they're committed.
They mega mind game it, I think. I don't know.
This is literally, I mean, I've literally never seen him play I keep saying literally a lot, but I haven't. I've never seen him play a ranged hero. Still on that streak.
Wait, you never seen who play a ranged hero?
0-4.
Oh,
I have not seen 0-4.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Just hasn't.
He's got to be buff for sure then.
Yeah.
He's definitely buff in person for sure. Okay, well, the big CS winner already at the start is the lane we haven't really been seeing. Oh, it's MJW in the jungle. Yeah.
We have not seen that lane quite a bit.
He has Iron Talon his way into the best CS in the game, and that is not a big surprise, actually. So.
I love Team NP loves these aggro tri-lanes, but they work out in the beginning, but then, whoa, they're diving in.
Oh, bottom lane, they go back in behind the tower a bit, and they'll quickly just move him back. This is actually very similar to what we saw in their other best of 5. Stan King plays very passively on the silencer, and, you know, MP cannot get too overzealous, and, you know, it's hard not to be when you have an Undying on your side. That's kind of his thing. But you just got to be careful, because you have the aggro lane here. You're looking to kind of be the dominant ones, but we could see another instance where they just get caught under a tower by an ensnare, a silence dot, and next thing you know, you're handing advantages back to Vengeful Spirit.
I think if MJW would have found an Invis Rune bottom lane, he got a double damage to Lum jungle. If he got an Invis Rune, that could have very easily been like a 3-man white bottom with how aggressively NP's playing. They got a little bit lucky there. And MJW, he's showing you how to jungle. Level 4 in less than 2.5 minutes.
I mean, this is classic textbook YouTube, how to jungle Axe for sure, you know. Nonetheless, obviously just kind of something that has to go hand in hand. But that was the big impact we were hoping to see. I guess it was more in question when we were theory crafting the fact that Bisa was playing the Naga. So it actually only makes it the better, because that he's playing Vengeful Spirit, the timing suits nicer for an Axe kind of getting right into, you know, a Blink Dagger, and then them just beating ass right away. Oh man, I gotta say, this silencer pick is gonna do so much work this game, because Oracle and Undying just spaz out spells non-stop, and that curse is just gonna eat them up.
It really does. Doesn't drain mana anymore, if people were wondering, but it goes on you every time you cast a spell. I know a lot of people get confused about it because you don't see it that much.
And you got to cast spells as Undying, and you got to cast spells as Oracle. You can't just ignore it and just be like, oh, sorry, team, I can't help you anymore. So.
Let me see. The normal Undying spams out like 10 decays, runs out of mana. Even if he has full HP, he's just useless without mana, so Suicide buys out.
How is our mid lane matching up here? NV 14-2 on his Alk, while 747 is on the up and up. 20-11 denies in the CS department. Obviously, Alk with the bit of yeah, he's got Greevil's Greed, so of course he's going to have a bit of an advantage in the farm. But you know, we've seen it before. 747 knows how to take advantage of momentum. And his Storm could get his way to like a level 7 and just really go crazy. You time it together with your Axe's Blink, and it's going to be ridiculous here. So, Song to set it up too. Oh, first blood is going to be Owie actually in the top lane. They snipe down MJW.
Yeah, forward. I think that was smart because look at all 3 heroes bottom lane for Radiant already level 3. They're all getting experience, pulls, and farm. Unlike last game, so like, oh, we should rotate sooner and make something because it's not working bottom lane. Unlike last game. Smart rotation. They have first blood now.
Definitely a lot of recovery because, yeah, you set out this aggro lane. You're hoping that you're making a big enough impact that you're going to be forcing FDL to rotate, but FDL just kind of shake it off for what feels like the second game straight or so, being able to not back down to NP's aggressive laning advantage. So as it is, they rotate. They'll get their advantage on MJW. Looks like he will not head back to the jungle. He's just going to be confidently heading back up into the lane. And the rotations will begin here from FDL now.
It's kind of weird, because MJW is just now level 5 after he's level 4 so quick. But he's just trying to contest a little bit, and he wants to. But he's just going to get forced back by his own illusion that can spin on him.
I mean, he can hang here and just get the soul lane XP, and I guess if the supports want to make some stacks in the jungle, it will allow him to really full rush towards a Blink Dagger. But I don't know how they plan on sharing stacks, if they want to share stacks between him or the Storm, or whatever might be more valuable to them to kind of get online faster.
Yeah, exactly. I think they want to give him the 747. That's why he did go back up top. He's going to go to their jungle and see what's going on.
Yeah, right? Oh, he'll see Envy, but Envy has just cleared out a stack. He'll be able to take some of the XP for himself, but that will force out some pings from MP and require some assistance. But Demon comes by, it's nothing too big of an issue. Actual's out, and Envy's going to be able to get right back to the mid lane and back to work on farming up his Valkyr. So we're not going to be anticipating too much extra aggressive movement from NP, but you definitely get kind of stuck in a weird, awkward situation, in particular for someone like SVG here, who's currently getting bullied by a double damage silencer. Uh-oh. Now he gets hit with a wave. MSS has to intercept to help out, and so does Envy. And now he's just going to try to go for the TP, and it's not going to happen. There's enough burst there with the axes, and he does get the takedown. Good heads-up rotation comes out from NP to kind of pincer in on the Stand King.
Yeah, 0-4's in trouble now.
And they get him. Gets off the ensnare for Envy. Allows Bisa to step in. Gets the stun for MSS, but they still can catch him. He rolls under the tower, and okay. Yeah, poor man Shield helps fend off a lot of that damage, but now 747 shows up. He's got Ball Lightning. He takes one. He looks to go for two as he gets to jump onto MSS and blasts them both down. Storm Spirit has shown up to play, and he has got a double kill.
That was just amazing. That poor man Shield Naga, it's just perfect for 0-4. He has 8 armor, all that damage. Like, they were chasing him down 3-man. He soloed a tombstone while they hit him. Then he just ran away and baited out 2 kills for Storm.
Counter fighters, man. FDL are like some of the best at that. They're like Chuck Liddell in the UFC or something. But here we go.
I don't know who that is. Yeah. Wait, Chuck Vanilla? Is that like Vanilla Ice?
Chuck Liddell. I don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe two people out there will get that one.
No, I know Chuck Liddell. He's the fighter in UFC, right?
Yeah. Used to fight at least. He was acknowledged for being a great counter fighter. So that's where, I don't know. You know any other great counter fighters?
No.
Floyd Mayweather, I guess?
No, 0-4 would be then Kimbo Slice.
Kimbo Slice? Yeah, fighting up in the backyard for probably a couple dollars.
Exactly, but he's scrapping. He always picks the big bodies, you know?
He's very scrappy.
Floyd Kimbo 0-4. Don't
he
ever
is.
tell him that.
He's back here at the bottom lane. He'll be joining company with Bisa here, as he's just kind of going through a deja vu process from game number 1 as he will grind his way through his bottom lane. But
he's farming a little better. I wonder how he's gonna deal with this. He's like, wow, I'm actually allowed to farm. He wasn't allowed to farm till like 12 minutes in last game. And now he's already got treads. He can get an Aquila if he wants. He's pretty darn farmed.
Thievin gets a ward down, but it is under the vision of FDL, so it's pinged out and should be taken care of in the near future here. They tried to head that way to maybe contest a bit, but it looks like they'll have to pull off. And 747's back now, so we'll have to see if he's going to continue to find a, if he might just hang in the mid lane and wait until another opportunity to TP and fights, at least until MJW gets his Blink Dagger. I don't know how much FDL want to just kind of, smoke and move out and find setups. It always seems like they wait until they have MJW ready, and then the smokes just keep coming out nonstop.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're fine. They know the other team has an Alchemist, so they don't really want to fight. But Alchemist oh, whoops.
No, I caught it. Bottom lane, they were chasing down 0-4. Rose was able to get in a couple extra Purifying Flames, but MJW's here, and he gets off the dunk. They're going to go for the Tombstone. This is going to be wonderful for FDL. This will allow MJW to get closer to that Blink Dagger, and they make the trade all much better as they will get a follow-up takedown onto SVG, making it a 2-for-1. Only cost them their Kimbo Slice, and that certainly makes it work.
Yeah, it does. He's fine. He's already back. He's like, oh, I'm going to go farm bottom too, so he'll get some levels. It's, like you said, just another counter game. They keep trying to go on this Naga who's so tanky with no farm. Oh, Pink?
spotted Envy. Can they go for the swap? They can. They swap to the low ground. Envy is in a serious pickle now, and he has nowhere to run. He can't even make it close to the pit. He goes down, and FDL are seriously on a hot streak now. 747 now dominating. 4-0 on his Storm. What is going on? They're like roided out.
Yeah, they really are. This silencer, man, and he's going the right build. You see a lot of people go one in that glaive for the, you know, harass and lane, but his other two skills are just so much better now with the buffed Hurricane Curse he got a few patches ago. And I mean, Last Word's cooldown goes down immensely per level. So kids, follow Stanky if you want silencer lessons.
I mean, we didn't see it very often. People, you know, just they recognize the fact that silencer's laning phase can be a bit wishy-washy. He's very good at zoning back with the, you know, as a lot would usually favor going early into glaze for the pure damage, and then obviously is countering wombo combos. But you know, Stan King plays very reserved in his laning phase and just punishes NP when they are trying to be aggressive. And he's very methodical with his use on his globals. I mean, we'll probably see it in this game, and he really makes the pick feel very valuable.
Yeah, he does. And look at 747, almost level 10. He's gonna have like a 12-minute Bloodstone. That is insane.
And you look at the net worth graph, and you have an Alchemist kind of a lineup. This is not what you want to be seeing. You're usually seeing your Alchemist up to that 8K mark plus, where he just feels like double the net worth of everyone else in the game. Envy's not even above his own Morphling yet. He does have an armlet right now, but you know, he's still got a journey ahead of him here. And I don't know if this is like a hint towards any sort of like fighting Alchemist build, but you know, it might be for the better because they'll be forced into a fighting position sooner than later. You know, as soon as this MJW Blink comes online, which is less than 100 gold away.
Yeah, I think it's smart for him to go that build too, just because they have a Morphling, and a Morphling just so much better with farm. They can always fall back on him. I think it's smart. And I love the Iron Talon on Morphling. I'm sure when Ice Frog designed this item, he wasn't going to be seeing Morphling getting it, but that's life.
That is life. I don't even know how Morphling would hold such a thing, but he is putting it to work now.
Claw?
I imagine that you put it on and you're like trying to be like Wolverine. You know, it's like,
oh,
it's like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how would he? That's just not lore, and you know I love my lore. I'm disappointed now.
Well, he's making it work for now and hoping to build up another silly lore item in Abraham Lincoln Sphere, as you call it.
My favorite. My favorite.
I was giggling so
hard.
I
mean, that's that isn't a true story, though.
Yeah, I mean, he was the founder of the Sphere.
He was. And I like what they're doing. FDL's just farming jungle with a lot here. Oh, they're rotating down. But 04's not the guy you want to find. He has sleep.
Yeah, he's just going to put him to sleep and TP out.
If he needs, yeah. But he's going to try to wait it out, I think. And look at middle lane, FJW versus Owie.
Uh-oh, there's the big jump. Owie going to be able to make it away. They pull him back under, but the silence concludes. He waveforms out, but they're still there to follow him up. Adaptive Strike will be able to force MJW back, but that will be the end of it here. Owie will be able to escape from the trouble. FDL will be a swing and a miss in the mid lane.
Yeah, they needed the global off before he started morphing strength. They would have killed him easily, but he was just 1 second too late. But he's a free tower top.
Yep. Yummy. At that same exact moment, MP will also get their own tower here in the bottom lane. That one does go to Envy, and Envy does have 3.4k. He's creeping closer to that Radiance territory. Yep. And as we know, he can become quite the Naga himself at some point. I don't know if FDL want to risk kind of allowing the game to get that far, so I anticipate they're going to be continuing to ramp up the pressure here.
Yeah, they want to. And it looks like Bloodstone is up on the Storm now. 13 minutes. He's buying it from the shop right now. That's pretty darn good. 4-0, 100 CS.
That's a nice. He'll grab that up, and I imagine he wants to see about putting some charges on it. Him and MJW will probably seek and destroy whenever possible. It seems like, though, I don't know if they're waiting for every global to kind of be there to piggyback on the back of it, because with the global you can get high-value takedowns, like going for Owie or going for Envy. But
and Storm just got a regen rune. That's the best feeling. You know, he's just feeling it right now.
He's feeling the regen rune.
Yeah, just feeling himself, the regen rune, anything that's around him.
And he will just continue down this mid lane, but no target yet to put some use on. Still got to wait about 20 seconds before Global's up. Envy shows himself in the lane now, so I don't know, FDL could consider rallying around that, but they're fine with farming. They got Bisa working through an ancient camp. And with the Helm of the Dominator already complete, do you imagine he just kind of picks up the same items he picked up in the previous game? Sange and Yasha kind of a grab?
Yeah, I assume so.
All right, we got a smoke and a global ready to go, Grant.
Yeah, look at bottom. Aui's just looking for him, and at 0-4 will TP away. It looks like they are just trying to let Naga farm. They're roaming around. Uh-oh.
I think if they saw mid lane, the storm coming, but it's too late already. They're going to be there, and they're going to get the kill. Envy goes down. And that is exactly what FDL came in there to do. They had the global they were waiting on, and they knew they can get a high-value target with it, and they got Envy. One of the best you could ask for. Any Alchemist game.
Uh-oh, they're looking for more.
Can they get
this might
it?
Be a dangerous fight.
Aui's walking right to MJW, but it could be to the benefit of MP. They get a nice tombstone to the high ground. There's going to be a swap from Bisa, but now Bisa puts himself into some serious trouble. 747 trying to help him out. Jumping on in, it's going to force out a save onto MSS with the false promise, and 0-4 says, we got to go, team. Pops out the song, and will allow them to make a safe escape. It's going to be only the Bisa to be dropped, but you know, after you just go on a good takedown mission to get Envy, and then you lose Bisa after, that's a big bummer. And now they're going to move in and go for the Roche.
Can they? Oh, I think with Aui fully morphed into agility, they do enough damage, so that's huge. Yeah, they're going to be able to take this down. I don't think
they have a nice deep ward here. They'll see anyone heading that direction. This is great for MP.
That was an interesting swap from Bisa. You're the carry, and I mean, you know someone's going to die. Beastmaster's alive, the tombstone's down. Kind of sacrificed himself.
Nice grab for NP. They pull off and away. FDL are around as they smoked and tried to head that way, but they will have to settle for letting that one go.
Really? Oh, action on somebody, but misses.
Yeah. Well, maybe trying to...
I'm actually super surprised they gave the Aegis Colonel Envy and not Aui.
We have simultaneous fights breaking out. Mid lane, they made the jump for Envy here, and they might be able to get him. The curse is there, but no, not going to be good enough. While back and behind, both Aui and SVG are intercepting through FDL. Long committed wave jump. Aui looking to make the go for Stand King, but he tries to make the TP happen. Adaptive Strike will be able to get the cancel, and they will eventually bring him down. And they're looking for more. Off in the river, they have spotted Bisa. Bisa turns back, looking to go for Thief, and can he get the kill? No! Aui shows up and clinches a triple kill for himself. Another huge momentum swing now for MP. And they are suddenly on the up and up, about 5K net worth advantage, and they're looking to push for a mid-tier 1.
Yeah, it's just Aui. Aui quite perfectly gets a triple kill, and this is the thing. He gets Lincoln's Treads, he can just fight whenever he wants, and then he can go back to split pushing with his ultimate. This is a perfect orphan game now. They're in the driver's seat.
Jumping call from MJW. The follow will be there, but they will need more in the silence department, and they don't have it. And they're already going to turn right back and punish MJW for the jump in. They'll get the axe kill. Goes from bad to worse now for FDL. And you know, things will be easier. I know you're typically go for the Storm Spirit first Bloodstone grab, but you know, you're not going to always have the global up, and that is one of the drawbacks to a silencer, is you have to work with these cooldowns. He has it up now if a fight was to break out, but
yeah, just seems tad interesting. I feel like with those two heroes, Storm and X, they could literally pick up any hero except Morphling, and they've gone on him twice now instead of somebody else.
Yeah.
Now he's gonna have a Necro, like a Necro 2 on MSS, so he's slowly getting to the Necro 3, and that's when they can super push.
We'll have to see what FDL can do to farm their way back into some more relevance. And Bisa was putting in some work, you know, right-clicking with some hard-hitting damage, but he's just going to need more than that than the Helm of the Dominator. He was building up some nice farm, and then they decided to go on their expedition as he just clinched this Helm of the Dominator, but he will now have to take the time to progress. Because now you see Envy and both Aui coming off the back of some huge fights. They are going to be way up and ahead, as Bisa still struggles to even catch up with MJW in farm.
Looks like Aui's going for a second item, Diffusal, not even a Manta. 2 Blade of Alacrities. Not really sure what it's for. Oh, to purge off Silence. Yeah.
Not just him, he can purge off a lot of his team too.
Bisa might be in trouble.
Stuns there, but no follow-up. Not yet. Okay, now they decide to go in. Envy stepped back for a moment, but he's going to be able to TP out and away. A bit awkward, but no kill.
Yeah. I think Morphling could have replicated and thrown out his Adaptive Strike, but maybe he just wanted to keep bottom or top pushed in.
Rotate top lane. Nice adaptive strike, and it was a strike 1-2 to lock him down, but the global silence will get the save. Stops Envy from being able to release the concoction. That could have been very bad for 747.
No, Stan King run.
Yeah, Stan King forced to use a global defensively just to bail out 747.
And I'll tell you, I mean, he's still 5-0. He's worth a lot of gold, and he has that Bloodstone. And they still have 0-4. Looks like he's actually going for the Diffusal Blade, maybe himself as well on Naga with the Blade of Alacrity.
Yeah, 1 for now, so we'll have to see. But I don't know really what he would be to purge off, so I don't know. Maybe a trusty
just
Yasha.
for the damage from Naga, I guess.
Yeah, we'll have to see, but nonetheless, yeah, he's pushing on and could try to build up his own personal high ceiling on this Naga, but he is way far behind where Envy is. He's the real Naga this game as far as core Naga go. And it looks like Ali will be able to finish out his Diffusal. So he's got that for now. 747 is inching towards getting a hold of this Orchid, but you know, as just mentioned, it will come after the Diffusal. You just got to hope that whoever he jumps on between him and MJW will be far and away from wherever Owie is.
Oh, and Dyer's Courier dies with 2100 on it. 747 picks off an ulti orb, I assume.
Now, he'd been hanging around that area farming up, and just convenience, I guess, the Courier flying over and allowed the free snipe.
And he's getting close to his Orchids now, so if he gets a good jump with that Orchids on the Morphling's just actually farming with like 2600 HP now. Do you see that? He's just been there. He's cool, I guess.
He led in that earlier gank with a strength adaptive strike, so I don't know if he's planning on just hitting him with a really hard stun and then just tries to quick morph into agility, but yeah, very defensive nonetheless, just sitting with so many gains. I'm sure they know that they're under some vision of some sorts. If 747 was able to be around and kind of see the Courier. So they continue to have that like buddy-buddy system on NP.
Yeah, that's what we do, but we saw that last game, and look at Visa's been free farming almost for the last 3 or 4 minutes. Same with 0-4 bottom. No, he's going for an Aghanim's. What?
On Naga. Oh, that's the healing one, right?
But it's just not that good, I don't think. Maybe they've tried this out.
Stan King's a smart guy. It's got to be something that they have seriously theory crafted. I mean, I don't know if they're going to go all the way to like a refresher Ags.
Fight, though.
Yeah, here we go. A little bit of contention here by the river. MJW going to get stunned by the Ancients. They drop down the ward. The stun is there. It's a hard-hitting one. Stan King going to be forced to turn back with the global, but they already get the axe down, and now they're going to be looking for more. They get a good stun as they show up to play. Envy got to get bailed out with a false promise. Keeps him alive. They begin to heal him up, and they're going to be able to Shrek through it. The Naga take her down, and they move on forward. Diesel, Engine, Fire as they're able to take down 747-2. It's a 5-man wipe, make it a 6-man. The buyback from NJW also going to be costed. Oh, man. Disastrous fight for FDL. NP were able to bull rush on forward, and they could just not. I mean, I've been praising FDL for their counter fighting, but they were not ready for that.
Yeah, I think that's where the first pick Oro comes in. They almost killed Eternal Envy. He just gets ulted, and they just tried to keep focusing him under the Oracle ulti, and no one dies, and then you have a Tombstone with 400 zombies on you.
The Oracle ulti with the Alk ulti is just so ridiculously good too, because he just gets the double regen from his ult. Yep. It is just absurd. And, you know, when you have options between either a Envy Alk who has that Oracle behind him or an Owie Morphling, these targets are just suddenly not easy to take down anymore. Not at all. And the potential from, like, the Axe setup with the Storm coming in and kind of cleaning up just begins to become, you know, the options are just becoming a lot more limited for FDL. Unless Bisa just really becomes a hard-hitting core.
And he's trying. We do see the Orchid now on Storm, so he can maybe do some solo stuff or more stuff with the Axe now. But, I mean, they're going to have to be scared of that Oracle sitting behind anyone they try to gank could just make it a disaster.
I mean, he can jump and get rid of the Oracle first. There is the burst power there from 747 to kind of take Theban out of the game. But I imagine that is something that NP will be privy to and help him out in any sort of way possible. I mean, I guess SVG could be there with some heals, but we'll just have to see.
The only problem, all the...
Boom. Quick takedown, though. They get the Beastmaster kill, but, you know, NP are not far, and they'll quickly follow it up with their own takedown, a trade that they'll be happy with.
Yeah, so 7-4-7. Like we said, he gets that solo kill he can do now, but there's always somebody standing behind King MP. We've seen that first 2 games. And if this does get late enough, Alchemist can give everyone Ags. I mean, they're not the best Ags upgrades. I mean, Beastmasters is good. Undying's is... It's alright, I don't know.
I think Undying's is pretty damn good, but...
Oh yeah, it's a 10 strength. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's actually really insane.
You know, just don't get cursed, and then I mean, I guess at that point you're getting so damn buffed that curse feels like a tickle. Bisa gets stunned up and nuked down. Aoi has been pretty much just rolling with strength majority like this whole time, and always just is able to kind of hit him with these ridiculous stuns.
Yeah, allows for cleanup. Build. This is some Reddit theory crafting levels on Morphling.
Yeah, the tinfoil hat is there for sure. That is
Shadow
not your run-of-the-mill Morphling build-up for sure.
I mean, he still does a decent amount of damage, though, even with just these items and then 2,800 life. I guess that's what the Diffusal is good for.
So,
smoking dire.
I mean, he has armor, which is something Morphling typically is lacking. 11's good. Plenty of life, way too much life. Respectable damage, but yeah, he will always have that hard-hitting stun with a low cooldown. Here goes Envy rolling on in for MJW, but ends up chopping down 0-4 a bit. There goes the global by Stan King. A song comes out, and it could end up saving him a bit. Stan King says, please help me, but I don't have a TP. And so that means he's just going to get his ass beat. But they're trying to get the Naga too. And it looks like they'll be able to rush on in with the help of Diffusal, slowing her down. They'll pop her with the stun, some more right clicks, and they'll take both supports here on NP.
Yeah, this build by Morphling just super working. We saw the Naga sleep, but the Oracle was stunned by the Morphling for like 4 seconds, and he just couldn't move. And he got healed up full thanks to the Naga Agonins, but didn't really do anything.
And now that will mean a easy tier 2 here for NP. Grab it up, they'll pull it back, and they can keep scouting out to see when Roche is going to be coming up. It's a bit of a longer timer, but we got about 30 seconds so they can take it. And I don't know, FDL, their options are if Naga's around with the song ready to go, but or a Storm too. I guess you can always go for the Hail Mary Storm play here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they'll just be fine sitting there. Their Alchemist is farming insanely 7-4-7. His farm's pretty low now after he had such a good start. I mean, he's only 6-2-1, but he died at really crucial moments.
Very true. Top lane, Bisa could be dying at a pretty crucial moment here as he gets jumped by Aoi with that hard stun, followed up with a roar. I mean, the lockdown is ridiculous. In 2 more seconds, he would have been able to use the stun again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something we've been seeing plenty on support lings through our days, but now you have like this hybrid morphling? I don't know what to call it. It's just pretty much like a hybrid.
Just the Aoi ling, I guess. I don't know. Oh, that's like his name too. Oh, that's clever.
Wow, Grant, we should patent that.
We should.
You should just patent that. Take it.
All right, I'll tell you. I know people already took it.
All right, it's someone else's plan now. But
here comes the Roche now.
And we'll have to see. Where is our boy Storm? He is unfortunately going to be heading up towards the ancient camp. It looks like so. This will be uncontested. Quick NP Aegis grab, and plenty of tools now for them to be able to kind of pressure into the high ground. Plenty of sieging capabilities, plenty of vision advantages with the help of Beastmaster around. This is a tough game now for FDL. Very tough.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. I mean, that
like, how did they ever kill the Morphling? Ever?
I don't know, dude. I mean, you have to... I don't know. He's got 4 Diffusal charges, so plenty of ways to kind of get rid of any sort of silence jump. S47 gets hit. There's the adaptive. Bye-bye. It's already like a death sentence now every time he gets hit. The Shadow Blade is just so goddamn filthy. It's just so dirty. Just roll up, you don't see it coming.
Top tower is under attack.
Now, I think MP is fine with just pushing their base, and there's nothing they can do. They're so far down. Gold, 20,000 gold down. It's rough.
And that will be another tier 2 here for NP. That is going to be the final outer tower, and it's all on the base now for FDL. They got to dig deep. A global is there and ready to go. But at this point, it's looking like MP are just too damn swole. We'll just have to see what FDL are going to be able to do to stop them. What do you think, Grant, would be like their best case scenario?
Axe gets a call on the Oracle and Dirge in the back. They somehow float up.
Oh, whoa, the blade mail, though, does a lot of work here a bit. Envy eats a lot of the damage, but there goes the global. Envy's going to be able to reset. Song, Force, FDL will reposition.
They need to kill the tombstone.
They're going for it. Can they get it in time? They will be able to take it down, but the Song concludes, and the fight breaks out once again. Envy going to get stunned up a bit while MJW and company getting caught for the back lines. They'll be able to isolate Envy and take down his Aegis. Can they clear up the support staff? They'll be able to get Thievin. MSS also goes down here. FDL trying to hold, but now both cores are going to be able to move on in and get work done. Owie and Envy hand in hand now, looking to clean up the rest of the mess here. Bisa under pressure. A buyback has been forced out from 747. He makes the re-jump, the re-engagement here. Not going to be able to get the pop. Looks back for Envy now. Envy, no Aegis now. Caught under the tower, going to be able to get the concoction off. No, hits it onto himself. He gets dropped twice. FDL hold, they don't lose a Rex. And this will give him a little bit of a net worth swing. It did cost them though, Grant. 747 buyback, and they lost 3.
Yeah, that was, I mean, that's pretty much best case scenario for what they're doing. They did lose the tower, but I guess they're fine. And the Axe had a super good call that second time after the Naga sleep. He called like 4 of them in the back. That's about what they have to do every time if they want a chance.
Did we see a huge effect of the Ags Naga fight?
They all healed. They didn't have to go to the mountain.
I mean, that was pretty nice.
It was nice, but the problem is, like, Storm was already at like a 4th mana, so I mean, he didn't need HP at that point. He just needed mana. It was good. I mean, I would say they technically won the fight. Maybe they won the fight at the position they're currently in.
Well, at least I guess it's something they'll have for each defense with its lower cooldown, but they hold for now, and they are going to be granted a bit more time to survive. But I mean, you just look at the scaling potential from both teams, and you can't help but still favor NP quite a bit. Bisa's Vengeful Spirit is doing all right, but still just falls behind by quite a margin from where Envy and Owie are. They're really just sitting up there at the top, but FDL feel pretty confident, and maybe they're hoping to capitalize in a situation where MP could be feeling a bit laxed, you know, thinking that, yeah, we're doing good.
Look at there, get a smoke up top. There is 0 people there.
Yep, they scan in hopes that someone's farming there, but now they look to where illusions are, and then they'll realize that those are just illusions, and suddenly the jig will be up. Really wants that Envy illusion, and they'll get it, but yeah, not ideally what they were hoping for, and MP avoid a bit of trouble, and will just take their party to this bottom lane instead.
They haven't even taken that tier 1 bottom yet. FDL hasn't. Howie has 3.2k more, as well as Boots of Travel. He can just keep tanking up if he wants.
The thing that sucks, and that's something we saw from support lings in the past, some of them get like blink daggers, is you can't even just get like a BKB against it. Like if he gets close enough to you, it's just instant stun.
Yep.
So I'm curious to see though what he goes for. I mean, you can always just get a Scotty, I guess, if you want stats, but
yeah, it gives you damage, life. That probably might be what he goes for. Could be a
Octarine if you want to be like super filthy, I guess.
That would be the worst. I mean, no, I mean not like worse as in a bad pickup. That would just be 5-second stuns, like what, every 6 seconds.
Yeah,
that's great.
That's just that would be in our game now. It's just we'll have to see.
Like, I would love it. I would hate it, but I would love it at the same time. It's like Burger King meets McDonald's. You're loving it and you're hating it.
Yeah, and then afterward at night, and you're in the bathroom, you're loving it, and then you're definitely hating it.
Yep. I'm still a guy who reads newspapers on the toilet, so I don't mind it.
All right, all right.
I mean, I just break out the old sports sections, you know, the cards and comics. You're
not like everyone else on the planet, just has a phone or something that you just look at in the bathroom?
No, well, that's sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
What?
I'm surprised Team NP's not doing anything. They're just sitting back farming. They know they have an alchemist who can keep giving items out, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you got that like ridiculous scaling lineup of Ags even to flow into. Ags is even good on Morphling maybe this game. You can hybrid grab the alchemist too and just have free acid sprays and stuns and stuff.
And just the stats in general.
It's like an ever-evolving beast, this MP lineup.
It really is. Uh-oh, top lane.
We got.
Oh, he's in mid.
There it is. Hi, how you doing? Now you're stunned for a while. We'll wait for the team to show up. That's gonna be MSS. It's just ridiculous. You need a gem or vision or something. You can't split push anymore. Not with Owie in the game.
Look at how much much damage he does with how big his life bar is. I'm just looking at his life bar above him. That's a lot of bars.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like it's why it feels like he's a bit of a hybrid because he also hits pretty good.
Yeah, and he's getting an Assault Cuirass, which means Eternal Envy. Oh, has the Shivas. No, they're gonna try to push now. Might as well. 747, no buyback. He has his Lincoln Sphere. The unfortunate thing is his dad.
Here we go inside the base. MP feel confident closing out game number 2 and forcing us into a game 3 matchup. Lift comes out and they don't have to worry about a storm for 35 seconds. And it looks like they're just going to have to sacrifice this first set. Nice grab for MP. Now a commitment in. They're going to get the adaptive strike off on for Bisa. It's going to force out the global. Should help Bisa a bit, but a song on top of it provides some heals, but they can't really regroup here. They want to go for Envy. But Owie could just keep popping off these stuns now. Gets Stand King. They pull back. Envy gets jumped on by MJW with the help of the Blade Mail, but it's not going to be good enough. So much damage. Look at him just chunk down Bisa. Stay inside your fountain. Don't come out. It's not safe. NP are here. They've claimed one set of racks. They're going to be looking for the mid lane now. This is all or nothing for FDL. Definitely on their last legs. Buyback there from 0-4. S47. S47. 747 back from the dead. Jumps in, gets the takedown. Looking for another. Could get it here. They get MSS down. All right. They will lose MJW. Owie blasts right through him. Makes it to the high ground now. Bisa force out. Force back down. What the hell was that? And they get him with adaptive strike. He's going to die.
I don't know. Oh, poor Bisa. He's going to fly back here now if they want any chance.
They better because this is it. 747 though. Muscling back some charges. Can they stop Owie's TP? It doesn't look like it. They'll have to let that one go. And one of the last MP members in the base will finally walk on out.
Yeah, I'm really surprised Bisa didn't buy back there and stun the Morphling while he TP'd. But I guess he wanted to save some money.
Yeah, right? I really don't know. This game definitely got a bit crazy there at the end.
Yeah. Well, we have a gem. Storm got the gem from Oracle now at least, or Beastmaster. And he has a weird coat on.
Well, now he can comfortably farm in these side lanes. Not worrying about
that's
that
true.
ridiculous
Without the Morphling.
Owie jump.
And he has his Lincolns now, so I guess Morphling has no way to solo gank him. Oh, I guess Diffusal into that.
But I just can't help but feel like... Alright, who did they just give it to? Who did they give it to? I heard Ags? Who did
He gave it to himself.
What?
You gotta get those stats, son.
Wait, what? He messed that up. He must have messed that up.
Nah, he
You
wants,
really
look
think?
at, you get the stats.
But only the stats. Come on, you really don't think there'd be more value in giving that to the Beast Owie and you know who? I mean, even SVG was right there. They were looking at him when he had it.
Don't raise your voice with me. Do you want me to get Eternal Envy on the phone?
I have to. Like, I'm very curious.
Well, I don't know. I don't have his phone, so I can't ring a ding him like Mike Jones. But it feels like an Eternal Envy move to give himself 10 stats and 200 HP.
All right. Well, he might just say, you know what, no problem. I'll farm him another one, just three minutes anyways, so that's fine. He's got 2K already.
Well, Storm has a Bloodthorn now. That's a lot of damage. Problem is Morphling can just diffuse it off.
That's true.
Bottom lane.
Oh, he's gone. Okay. MJW and company will be able to make it away from the lurking NP team. NP here just have to get back on the grindstone of moving these lanes on forward, but hey, FDL have their own response to the pressure. 0-4's Naga continues to just kind of creep these lanes back a bit.
They have to know something's up. Top lane's pushed in so hard, and no one's defending it. Well, we'll see if FDL somehow makes something good out of this.
Okay, they see Envy. MGW doesn't make the call yet. Puts out the Battle Hunger here. Now they're going to come in with a wave. Global comes out now, but a Lotus has been committed onto Envy. Makes things very awkward. And FDL are going to be forced to pull us out the song. They go over for the tomb. And they will be able to bring it down. Now they go for the Oracle next. 747 going for his top priority here. And we're ridding of the support. They'll get that takedown. And they'll go ahead and take down SVG. Is this FDL's time? Can they do it? They're running back in a way, but Envy's making chase. Big swap back there from Bisa. He will be able to get the stun on for Envy, but MSS is also there with the power of his Necro Book, and they will just begin to chunk on through FDL, and they drop one by one. 747 pulls out a kill there at the end, but so does MSS. It looks like they will also be able to bring down Bisa. It's a 5-man wipe. Aoi, the last quarter, be there to help out in the end.
Yep. And I'm surprised we didn't see the good game. Bees is going to use his buyback now. 747 has one. If he buys back here and they don't get like all the kills, then they're just doomed. Oh, they're going to back out, it looks like. They're scared of Visa, and they're scared of, they know 747 probably has buyback.
It's just, yeah, I guess not enough for him. Just Aoi Morphling and MSS Beastmaster not going to be enough to contest the backlash that could be there from FDL. So looks like they'll have to, another life, Grant. Another hurrah.
Another
to keep
life.
it alive. Another life. FDL, hold on, man. Never say die.
Yeah, and we see, I mean, we see if they were somehow ahead in this game, I can see how that Naga sleep with the Ags, it's like a full reset almost HP-wise. But the problem is they're using it now to just kill the Tombstone pretty much. That's not what you want to use a Naga sleep for.
Yeah. It is very unfortunate and just kind of makes the Ags pickup feel, I don't know, not really worth the huge investment, to be honest. It's cute to be able to get the HP back, but as you're just saying, like in the heat of these crazy fights, it's more to isolate and take out the Tombstone. Jumping from MJW, only onto a replicate though. And 747 jumps right in, looks to go for MSS, but MSS gets a nice blink to the high ground, gets the roar off, and then it's quickly swapped back by Bisa. It's a bit chaotic here, but they have been able to isolate and quickly take out the Naga on the side of MP, and then the Bisa follow-up could be there. Global comes out, probably came up as soon as it was off cooldown, but unfortunately for them, the timing just not the best for FDL. And it looks like Bisa could be dropping. Oh my god, barely staying alive from that Purifying Flames, but eventually will get dropped, and that was his buyback life. It's only 747 and MJW alive now.
MJW's trying to pull creeps here. That was just MJW jumped on an illusion, and then 747 Bloodthorn to Boar. It was just a worst case scenario for him.
All right, did Envy buy an Axe now? Okay, who did he give it to? He finally gave it to Aoi, or now he just officially gave one to Aoi. I don't know. Either way, I want to say this is what their intention was from the start. Nonetheless, he has it, and he hybrids up Envy. And now we have Alks all over the place. And they are just going to go to work, Grant, taking down these structures. It looks like we have a game 3 in order.
Whoa, whoa, the birds never sing until a fat lady does, my friend.
All right, fair enough. We'll see if the fat lady eats the bird here in a moment or not. And if FDL can somehow miraculously hold this one. I love me a good comeback story. Don't get me wrong.
Me too. This would be rough. They just don't have like the damage. All they have is physical damage is Vengeful right now. And just not that farmed. Manta and about 900. Storm gets a Maelstrom. He's ready to clear some creeps.
Yeah, that's really the sole purpose of that right there. The hammer of defense, just to try to fend off these ridiculous pushes, deal with this Alchemist. See, even with that pickup, it's not really even as easy as that. Envy just easily moves the illusion away from him and just goes for the tower instead. Just so tough to deal with.
And see you later, Roche.
Looks like an Aegis will be snagged up by MSS. And they will hand the cheese away to Savage himself. And now MP are just, you know, the end is in their sights. The final stretch, Grant. They just need to cross the tape.
Yeah, and Morphling went back to the full agility now and fully maxed out. So the hybrid build worked in the mid game. Now he's just pumping out insane amounts of damage.
He is certainly turned in quite the beautiful flower. And
water flowers, lilies,
water
I believe they're called.
Yeah, right?
Gorgeous. Yep. Oh, 747. Oh, kills the creep before he can TP.
I actually recently looked at a picture of the underside of a water lily, Grant, and it's not so pretty on the other side.
Isn't it like bugs and stuff?
It's like it looks like veins, like scary spiky veins. So what you see is not always what you get. Jumping comes out from FDL. This could be the final hurrah here. MJW gets off the call. There's going to be the global. Can they burst down Aoi? They're trying to do so, but Aoi is very, very big, very, very strong, and he is now godlike as he clears out not one, but two. Moves in for another. Can they get MJW down? They go for Bisa, and he gets it 2. It's a triple kill, and it's a win for Team NP. We're going to a Game 3 to see who moves on into the grand final of the Summit 6 American Qualifier.
This is, it's funny, the team who's lost the early game has gone on to win both the first games. We saw like, Visa actually got early farm this game, and it didn't really show. The game 1, he had 0 farm, and then he came back and was like the most farm person in the game. Just seems interesting. It seems like the laning phase in this series has almost meant nothing. Because I think it's 747 solo killed meant nothing. He was the highest farmed. Seems they just like running at each other as 5 at 15 minutes in, and that decides it.
Yeah, a lot of it seems to be just on the teams putting together an ideal draft for what they're planning on executing, I suppose. But nonetheless, we will wrap things up now, and we will cut to a small break. When we return, we're going to be going to game number 3 of Team NP versus FDL in the Summit 6 American Qualifier. That's Grand Grant. I'm Coddle Guy. We'll see you soon.